last video you watched was on the hull breakdown, and I got to thinking I might as well go ahead and do some others right now, get them on video while I've got the boat out. And so the next thing I want to go to is I want to go to the trailer that the hull is sitting on. I've always been a believer in having a good trailer, and I believe that the trailers that are going underneath the Triton boats are second to none. Easy Loader Trailer actually makes these trailers for Triton and some other boat companies, by the way. And I don't believe anybody else makes a better trailer. They're a powder coated trailer. I forget what it's called. It's called Road Armor. It's called Road Armor that's on it. And I've been keeping every single mile. I've got every single mile logged that's on this trailer. And I didn't get the total before I started, but I'll put it at the end of the video. But I think I'm somewhere between 12 and 14,000 miles on this trailer. It has no nicks in it. It has none of the road armor has chipped off of anywhere. The stickers have remained stuck on it. The jack, the whole thing, the winch on the front, everything has been just high quality. They put a high quality tire and rim on there, and these were not special order tires and rims. These would be standard on this boat, and by the way, on a single axle trailer, and I'll discuss that in just a minute. So the trailer has just been, in my opinion, phenomenal. I personally would not have gotten one with the swing away in the front. I would have rather had it just solid, but it is what it is, and that's how the boat came. I don't need the swing away tongue. The spare tire rack in the front, I don't know why on the 189 that rack is just a little bit lower than the racks on the other boats, and so when I put my boat in the garage, there's a little hump there, and the bottom of that little plate will scrape on that. It's not a big deal. I just don't know why it wasn't about 2 inches, 3 inches higher, and it would have eliminated that. It's got the hydraulic brakes on it, and the hydraulic brakes have worked they've just worked well. I hadn't had any trouble with that whatsoever. It's got the cutouts on the trailer it's got the Triton boats in it, and whatever boat companies they make it for, I know you get it for that. And it's got a good aluminum, like I said, a good aluminum reel, and it's got Lodestar
aluminum rims
and Lodestar tires on it. It's got the Bolt hubs on it, and with all the people that I know in the fishing industry, some people have had some problems with it. I hadn't had a single problem. Again, knock on fiberglass. I hadn't had a single problem with the hubs on this thing, and like I said, the brakes. So you may be looking at it going, man, that trailer, there's no way that trailer can have that many miles on it. Well, I'll tell you why it looks the way it does, because I take real good care of it too. And whatever I can find, if I can find a general grade silicone spray, or sometimes I use WD-40 if I can't find the silicone. When I get through cleaning up my boat, I spray every bit of the trailer down with either the silicone or the WD-40, and that's why it looks like it's a brand new trailer that's come out. If you do that on your boat trailer, do not be careful how you spray around here, because you don't want to get silicone or WD-40 on the brake pads or the brake disc. So be careful about that sort of thing. And when I come around to the back, it's got the retractable buckles on the back, which it makes it really nice. And I spray all that stuff down too, the buckles and the linkages and all that kind of stuff. It's got LED lighting on the trailer, and which is really, really nice. And what I do recommend is this: where you have your license plate at, instead of putting it on those little plastic license plate thing, I went ahead and drilled a hole in the trailer, and I bolted my license plate to the trailer. So that's something you may want to think about. Now obviously you can't see the bunks on here, but the bunks, you know, these trailers are custom made to the boat, which is a no-brainer. I mean, y'all know that. But the trailer is just, again, they're just second to none, and I haven't had any problems with the lights or anything. And I've got quite a, like I said, I have to figure it out, but I think it's between 12 and 14,000 miles on this trailer, which is I guess if you're a professional tournament fisherman and you traveling all over the U.S., that ain't nothing. But for just a local guy, I figure that's a lot of miles. Tandem axle versus single axle. Y'all listen. This boat came on a single axle trailer, and like I told y'all in the last video, it wasn't but 2 of them in the United States of America. And so what it was is what it was, and I certainly wasn't going to buy a tandem axle trailer to replace it. So this is what I began to look at that, and I'm like, is a single axle going to be good enough? Well, let me tell you what happened with that. When you weigh this stuff out, you don't need a tandem axle trailer on an 18.5-foot boat. And this is not a light boat, and it's full of stuff, and it's got a big gas tank and all that on it, but you don't need that. And I got to thinking about back in the late 70s and early 80s when I was fishing. Well, you didn't hardly see a tandem axle trailer back then, and look, we used to tote bathtubs around. I mean, they were just heavy boats, and we didn't need any of that stuff. And so that was one of the reasons I was keeping the mileage on this thing. Y'all, I live in Louisiana. Not only do we have hot temperatures, we got the sorriest roads on earth here. So you're constantly bumping and banging and beating, and this trailer has not had a blip on it yet. I'm really impressed with it. So is it worth paying the extra money if you were going to order a trailer? Is it worth paying the extra money for a tandem? Not for this size boat. If you went bigger, like let's use Triton for an example, the 19 TRX, which is the specs on it show it's 19.9, almost 20 feet. I would say go ahead and go with the tandem trailer. Go ahead and do that. But for this type of boat, other than they look real cool, you got brakes that you got to deal with. When you replace tires, you don't replace 2 tires, you replace 4 tires. And if you hadn't bought tires lately, you don't want to do that. It's just, now people say, well, yeah, if you get a flat though, you can drive down the road a little way. Well, don't drive too far, because, I mean, that's not a consolation for me. Stop and fix your tire if you get a flat. I really don't see any advantage to a tandem axle trailer on this size boat, money-wise, for the initial purchase and the upkeep of it. I just don't see it, other than it just looking really cool. So I'm happy with the single axle trailer that's under here. Hopefully I've given you a little bit to look at with trailers, and you might say, well, wow, whatever boat that I buy is going to come with the trailer it's going to come on. Well, that again, that's just another chip right there that you're looking at, another segment that you're looking at when you purchase a boat. What kind of trailer does it have underneath it? And I looked at some of the name brand boats that I'm telling you, you could look at the trailers and couldn't even tell they were close to this trailer. So that's a big deal to me. So again, if you've got questions on the trailer or comment about that, please let us know. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll be tickled to death if you do that. I think we've got 100 subscribers now. Well, before that last one, 102 subscribers, 102. Boy, hey, look, we are a YouTube sensation. We done went viral. But hopefully this gives you a little bit of extra knowledge on what's going on with that. The next thing that I'm going to be talking about is the motor, and I'll probably go ahead and film that one now also, and then we'll have 3 of them on the log. My wife is making a face because she does all the editing for this, and I appreciate her so much. And look, but she's just so beautiful holding that camera. I just want to just stay out here and keep looking at her. All right, we'll see y'all on the next Woods, Water, and the Word. Thanks.